What's up, everybody? It's Antoine from High Desert Pythons, man. And sorry for the little couple minute delay. We had some technical difficulties, but I got the homie down from Applied Pressure Reptiles in today. And we gonna school you guys on this painting today, man. So, but before we get into all of that and talk about like aspects of the breeding business and all that stuff like that, man, just give them a little intro about yourself and tell them what you're working on and all that stuff.
Yeah. So like I said, man, what's up, everybody? I'm Daryl from Applied Pressure Reptiles. I'm what you would probably call like a basic breeder, man. Like I'm Portsmouth, Virginia. I've been keeping reptiles probably since I was like 13. I really didn't get too much into like snakes until like I want to say my sophomore year of college. I think I went to PetSmart and brought like a ball python because I was like I had every type of other reptile before besides snakes. So like at first it was just like, man, just get a snake, for real. So did college, did pre-med chemistry in college, played basketball, and now, man, I'm a working dad, man. 2 kids, one on the way, man. So,
how old are they?
3 and 4, man. 3 and 4,
oh,
and
man.
they due in June.
Shoot, I'm almost done, bro.
Almost better than me. I'm done.
Real.
That's it. Take a fork at me. I'm good. I'm good.
So they gotta hurry up and grow up so they can help out with the business, man, and clean up snake poop. Yeah.
They on that now. That's the crazy part. Like I can't even come in the room without one of them like asking, like, "Oh, they eating? Oh, feeding day is a breeze, man. I love feeding day. Like they love it." So I was like, "That's cool." So like they help out a little bit as far as cleaning wise, as long as they get to walk around with the snake while I'm cleaning the tubs.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to stop the snake from going under the cabinet or something like that. So I'm good. Like they help out enough so far. So, but yeah, it's definitely some
How big is your collection right now?
At 25, 27 right now. I actually sold a lot. Actually, when I made my mind up, man, when I was like going to exclusively work with the paint gene, like at first I was at like probably like 58, and I sold almost everything. If it wasn't paint related, if I didn't see it like going towards like the paint stuff, I got rid of a lot.
So what was the mindset in going to paint gene? Is this something you saw you just wanted to get into because it really wasn't something that was well represented that you could push and have like a little like a niche morph, or what was the thought process behind that?
So like basically like when I first got in, I was buying everything, man. Like any like new person in the hobby, like you buying everything. Like I brought a pestle, I brought a spider, I brought 3 girls, adults. Like I just brought everything. Then like I was talking with Sean from BP Collectors, speaking of, but I was talking to him, man, and like he was just so like, man, I'm stuck on Ultraman. I was like, you know what, you're right. I was like, I don't have a set gene, man. I felt like I was just chasing everything else, but I was like, man, I need to pick something.
Mm-hmm.
So I just happened to go to one of the local pet stores, man, and that's when I really was actually starting to get on morph market like heavy. And I seen the paint gene. I was like, all right. Like, and then at one point I was on the highway stuff. I was really looking to the highway. So I seen that. I was like, that almost looks like a highway, but I was like, I never heard of it like that. So I brought the super. And then because I brought the super before I even brought a head. Brought the super or visual, whatever you want to call it, but brought that one, and then I was just like, man, this stuff is really untapped, dog. Like I haven't really seen it too much. Like, when you first get a snake, you go look at everything. You go look at go see if anybody made anything with it on YouTube, stuff like that. Because when I got my first Mojave, the only thing I was seeing was bills, and that was the main thing. I was like, no, I'm gonna make a white snake with blue eyes. Like, I'm gonna do that. So then I was just like, all right, that's it though. Like, once I started noticing, like, that's all you're gonna get, I was like, man, that's not enough. Like, once I make it, then what? Like, that's always been my thought process. Like, then what? So the paint thing.
So let's backtrack real quick. So I don't know anything about the paint gene at all, and I mean, I seen the stuff that you post, but talk about. So is it a incomplete dominant or recessive? Because like it seems like it's being talked about like 2 different realms right now. So
and that's how it is, man. Like, so when I first got it, I was told it was codon because it has a super form and whatnot. I'm like, okay. So then the reason I really got it from the pet store, because she was just like, yeah, it's a super paint, but she was like, nah, it's het paint. But on Morph Market at the time, it was saying it was a super. I was like, oh, they got this labeled wrong. I was like, I'm about to get this right now. Like, and they selling it for what it's under. I said, I'm about to get it. I'm about to get it. So going down the line, I can't think of his name right off the bat, and that's my fault. But the dude that made the graffiti, which is actually two forms of paint, so it'd be super paint calico. I actually met him at a local show where me and Sean went to, and he was telling me then, he was just like, I'm letting you know now, you're about to get in some deep, deep shit, man. I never knew what he was talking about because it's so much. Because once you breed it, you can't really tell. If you're not working with the paint, you're not going to be able to tell. So it's going to give off like, oh, it's a hat, it's recessive. But once you put two copies to it, you always get that stronger influence. So that's why I can get where people can understand, like, oh, well, it's recessive because if you don't have two copies of it, it ain't going to show nothing much. However, like with pestle, it shows up. You can tell it's not just a pestle, something there, something hidden. But me, the easiest way to say it is, I mean, I will probably say recessive just to help people recessive. But you'll see me like, I'll post it, I'll be like super paint or visual paint, just the end of it. Like for everybody want to be like, oh well, it's recessive, it's codom. Because believe it or not, man, it's a lot of people that do work with the gene, that's like they're like cussing words going back and forth. You tell it it's recessive and they believe it's codominant.
So it's kind of like het rated xanthic, whatever. Even though it's a visual, but in the super form they just call it a red xanthic, and it's just stealing this back and forth from the people who like came out with the G.
Exactly, man. And you're never get an answer. You never get a straight answer, like ever.
Okay.
At one point, Morph Market was saying it was codominant or recessive, and then Word of Ball Python saying it's codominant. So you know that started some shit.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, yeah, all right, well, I call it visual. It's either visual or paint. And I'll leave it.
You have supers or visuals of both forms.
Yep, I actually do.
Yeah, show us the regular form first, the paint, if you want to grab one real quick, please.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, my girl, of course, because it's show day, she would be in shed, but
of course, man,
it's always like that, man.
Yep,
I hate it. So, but she's gonna be kind of brownish, but you'll see. I'm gonna see if I can get enough of it. So, this right here would be the standard form of paint, pretty much. As an adult female, trying to see if I can get everything. As far as like, so what you want to look for most of the time is the flaming right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of the time, like they always have a wacky dorsal.
It looks like a red striped yellow belly type of like the kind of tendon does, and it gets a little bit bigger like that with age.
Yeah. So, and that's pretty much like now that, and this is what makes it even worse because the hat forms can come in so many different looks, man. It's hard to actually go ahead and be like, oh yeah, somebody can say, oh, I have a paint or hat paint, and you can believe it because it's tough, man. This is the only gen I can honestly say comes in a variation of looks. And like you gotta either respect the breed, like trust the breeder, or you gotta do it like you just gotta know what you're looking for. And so she would be there too. Like this is a smaller one. This was my first ever paint gene. Just regular standard girl. But like I said, like even when she's out of shed, it's a lot of highlighting, man.
Is that your smoke detector? Or is that mine? Be chirping like that? Can you hear that?
That's yours.
Let me. I'm about to go bash this bitch with a hammer. You can keep talking about it, whatever, like that. I can hear you from there. Yeah. I'll be back.
You're good. But yeah, like I was saying though, man, like the highlighting is pretty much yellow belly, almost yellow belly like complex. It gives you the highlighting towards the stomach. You might get some floating alien heads with no keyholes, things of that nature. And then the belly itself, it gives like a little wackiness, almost like checkering like yellow belly. That shows. And like I said, that's just the hat version. So let me see. Well, I want to say I got another. Oh well, yeah, that works too. But like I said, as far as variations go to it, yeah, this is what I just hatched this year actually. Female, like this will be another standard paint. Just regular. This one's not a shit, but she just hatched out probably. This is my clutch this year. The one that I posted actually in our group. But yeah, man, like once you get that dorsal. I can get her to relax.
What's gonna be funny is that I couldn't pinpoint which smoke detector it was, so I took them all down. Now my fucking house, now my house gonna catch fire.
And they gonna ask you why when it does catch fire. Why I had to do it live.
And I'm gonna forget too. So that was still just a single gene, right? That's not the super.
So I have the ones that I posted, the visuals, because one of them, of course, the other one is in shed, which I have two different ones, man. Like one of them was lighter than the other, and one of them was darker. So this would be the super paint or visual paint, however you want to call it.
That's crazy.
And like I said, this is just a regular, just standard paint, man. Like ain't nothing, no other genes, just two forms of super. So my main plan is to get this in clown. Like this year is gonna be with clown. I'm definitely gonna have it hopefully going with lavender and also ghost.
Are there paint clowns yet and paint like a lot of recessives or no?
None. Nobody's made it yet. I know a few people that's on it. I know a couple of big names that's on it right now, but they don't want to. I don't want to drop their names on it too bad. But there is a lot of noise behind the scenes, under the scenes with it. So that's why I be trying to stress it because what I've got my little insight in on. But people like, this all right, okay. Just know I told you.
Man, I might have to
I'm telling you, man, like, and I mean, like, it's if I say too much, everybody's gonna guess the breeder. It's two big breeders. I'll put it like that. It's definitely two big breeders. The main breeder that everybody does go to, I can't give this out, is Limey. Limey has worked with a lot of the paint gene. Limey Smellinger. I want to too goddamn bad. But he has a lot of stuff if the breeders don't keep racking them out from him, because that I tried to get something from him and he told me those two were like, soon as he hatches anything out, he goes after it.
Do you know, as far as you know, is it allelic with anything or?
Not that I know of, man, but I really want to say, being that it looks so much like say either granite, asphalt, or something like that, like somewhere close to that, man, because it looks like a highway to me. I mean, as far as floating alien heads and stuff like that, but the back striping is way, it reminds me so much of a highway.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna end up being like part of the yellow belly complex and stuff. Man.
I wonder if it is. I wouldn't put nothing past it. Like, and even like, okay, so this is the banana super paint. And like, you still, like, it just cleans it up. Like, it made them way, lighter than what a banana would be. And it's just, like I said, banana and paint.
I feel like freaking, I want to put it to some of my asphalt stuff and just to see what happens, man. That's pretty interesting.
And that was my main thing. Like, the main thing I was going to do, but I ended up getting rid of her. I had a highway. I was going to put her to. But I ended up getting her, like I said, when I made my mind, I was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. This is what I got rid of everything. Like, everything. If it wasn't paint and it's not going to be paint related, it's just like, yeah, you know what? It's not going to help. It's not going to help me right now. But at the same time, like, I still have a lot of still girls going. Like I said, I'm putting the banana clown that the banana I just showed you, the banana super paint, is going to my clown female, right? And he stopped being scared of nature.
Jamie said, Jamie want to know if I still hunt down smoke detectors. Well, I put them all up at the same time. So I think they're all dying together. And I think so they all just like chirping off in harmony right now. So I'm like, so I just stuck them all in the drawer. So I'm gonna have to just go get some new ones today. They all gonna be in the drawer beeping together. Beep! I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
this is freaking stupid. I even know this room had 2 smoke detectors in it. I forgot all about that. I'm like, what the hell? But dude, it's crazy how. Well, I understand how how there's a whole lot of genes to work with out there, like a shit ton of them, you know. But I just feel like this gene is like there's a bunch of other like shitty genes out there that you really can't do anything with or see anything with, and I'm just curious as to why it's so underrepresented, you know.
And that's the thing. Like, it was out a long time ago. I remember Breeder Circle had the first, like, was showing the first super paint, the paint yellow belly, and everything like that. And like, it was probably like a short wave. Like a few people got them, and then like a lot of people just like, all right, well, like they didn't really see anything. Like they brought hats. Some people brought hats and never proved out the hats. So like, if you never got a visual, you can like, man, this is genes and some shit, and let it go. And it's just like me, like once I seen the super, I was like, all right. Like my main thing was, well, what can I do if I put black pastel, spot nose, and yellow belly into super paint and then add clown to that?
Mm-hmm.
That's there, stuff like that. And then I actually do. I got a spot nose super paint hat clown, well, spot nose hat clown hat paint from Justin Cabelica, and that's the only other thing that's going to my clown girl.
Yeah, so I saw that video a couple months back or whatever. The one, how big is she now?
He is almost. Let's see. He's been a slow eater, but I want to say he's close to 300-400 grams. So like, ideally, he probably won't be doing anything until she bite me. Oh, he's probably like 200-300 grams, but he probably won't be doing anything until late in the year. He's like 200 grams. But he's a slow eater, man. Like, come on, show your head something. Oh, you're just being a jerk.
What the fuck? I feel like I'm going crazy today, man. What the hell? I took. We just got to be power through this shit. I don't care. It just be beeping.
That's just him though, man. Like I really wanted him to this year, like, but I had a little while. It took a while just to eat, so I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to OD on him. If he goes, he goes. If not, hey.
But you had you said you had a female too, right? I was a female spot nose too, or no? I thought you had
I just got a male spot nose, and that was
okay.
The thing. I was upset because I'm kicking myself now. I'm really am. He had 2 of them. It was 2 of them up there. He had a girl and a boy, and I picked the boy because I was like, I already got a paint girl that's ready to go. So I was like, shoot, ain't no need for me to wait. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and hop on it. Then I thought about it. I was like, I should have got both of them. And I sent him a message the next day. I said, can I go ahead and just get the other one too? He said, as soon as you paid your last little bit off on it, somebody brought the other one right off.
Shit.
Yeah. But I mean, that's how it worked. I was so I was like, well, do you know who you send it to? And he was like, I don't keep a receipt of everything. I said, oh man. And then
what you gonna do? You gonna call him and be like, hey man, let me
hey, I was like, look, like how close are you? Like, because I have a real good feeling on it that it's going to be, and Justin's word himself was he's been real secretive to it. But he was just like, it's underrated. And like he told me he only has one. He had a red stripe paint female. And I was at Tinley talking to him about, I was like, yeah, you still got it? He was like, yeah. I was like, can I get it? He was like, no. He was just like, he wouldn't go. I tried everything in the book. I'm talking about throwing numbers out. I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I can't let this one go.
I'm curious to see how it looks too, because like I was saying before, like that adult one you showed me kind of looked like had like that red stripe tint to it or whatever. So
yeah, I haven't paired her yet because that's the only thing I'm waiting for. My banana paint, I'm really waiting for her to go to. Also, that's supposed to go to Atlanta. certified, so I can go ahead and try to get those double out of her. Because I had for real, honestly, I was supposed to be this year. Hopefully, I would have been close to the paint clowns. Actually, last year I had a clutch with a super paint to a clown, and I made it all the way through, cut the eggs and everything. When I mean, I still got.
Oh, okay. Is that the clutch with the where somebody pull out the cord?
Yeah,
oh,
man.
Dude.
Pulled the cord out, and then it came out of the thermostat. And instead of them plugging it back into the thermostat, plugged it right into the wall. Cooked everything.
Shit. Fuck.
Like, cooked everything. Like, and I was like, I came home from work, and I was just like, man, because I remember cutting them. I was like, yo, like, Adam was crazy. It's been a few days. I haven't, a few days, and I was like, they're about to come out. All the yolk was about gone when I cut them. So I was like, they should be about to come out. Came home and looked. As soon as I looked, I seen the thermostat said 150. I said, looked in there, everything. I'm talking about, I've never felt so sick in my stomach in my life. I don't think when I first found out I was having my first son, I don't think I was that sick in my stomach. But that thing hurt, man. Like, bad.
It happens, man.
Yeah. I was like, man, get it, things go down certain ways. Everybody get a bad, like some bad juju every now and then. I was like, but right now, like all times, and those I can send the pictures, like the pattern on them things, just from it being a clown from a paint was ridiculous. I've never seen that like it. Like never. I killed
a dreamsicle clutch like 3 years ago. The same way. I had the incubator up against the wall in the old house I was in, and like in the middle of August, when that wall heats up, it made the incubator hotter.
Yeah.
So when I walked by, I looked in there, man. I don't know how long that thing said, 105, 106 or whatever. So I was just like, holy shit, bro.
Have been hurt, man. Like I was just like, nah. Like I was like, no. And then especially like when it's something that you really, really been looking forward to, I was like, man, no. I was like, just one of you guys just move a little bit. Give me something. No, I was just like, gosh almighty.
Yeah, so I started telling myself, man, look, don't pretend like, just act like you feel the same about every clutch.
Yeah, like I tried everything. I was like, you know what? It's cool because I'll end up making some more. And then the thing is, my original male, my super paint male that I had, I ended up selling them. Due for it because my mom, she's diabetic, so she needed her insulin. And I was like, shoot, her actual insurance was tripping. It was like, well, yeah, we'll get it to your insurance to go through in a week, but I can't let her go without a week with it. So I was like, damn. I was just looking at my collection. I was like, I could just get rid of this, that, and third. Like the paint was nowhere in like my view of like, I'm gonna let this go. And I was just getting ready. He was like, yeah, we'll give you this. I was like, I'm still be short. As soon as I took it to the pet store, because I knew like the person that kept asking me about it, he was like, what's in the box? I was like, I don't want to talk about it. Instantly, it was gone. I'm talking about, that was like the hardest walk out of a pet store I've ever did in my life.
Fuck. Goddamn. I mean, that's how you learn, though. Like I'd rather not learn from fucking up and killing a bunch of babies and frying a rack and stuff too. Because I mean, even early on, like I think the first rack I had, it didn't come with a thermostat. It was like the person I got it had like a dimmer on it or something like that, and it had like 11-inch heat tape on like the CB70 racks. And they was just like, oh, you don't need no little thermostat. Just plug this up and set the dimmer and shit. And I like fried a bunch of animals like that.
Just in that thing, like, woo. So now it's like I run so many thermostats, like all through my stuff. I was like, yo, I'll never do that again. I went and got a sensor push, so I was like, I'm on it. Like, I wish that would happen again.
Yeah, I think like even with my racks, I don't even use I use ambient for like almost all of them, whatever. Yeah, and because I had a couple little issues, all that stuff too. Like the like even this rack back here, like a couple months back, I ended up killing a double head clown pie female.
Wow.
She was like ready to breed and everything, man. Like I came, you have I had one of those feelings like 2 a.m. Came in here, checked it, and I looked at the herb stat, and it said like 116.
Damn.
I was like, fuck. So I took all the snakes out of the rack, had the window open, aired everything out and stuff, man. And everybody seemed fine, you know, except for her. She was dead as shit, man. I was like, fuck, man. But
and see, that's the thing. Like, I want to get an ARS map, but I'm in the process of about to move too. So like now, like behind me, like it's just a normal like the crates you can get from Lowe's, little stackable crates. I got that, and then my white this right here is just a bookshelf that I converted into my hatchling rack. But I added that up, and I know I can get like at least 60 some tubs in it. So I was just like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ever since I started, I've always built every last one of my racks. But I was like, so I move. I'm going.
And when it's time to upgrade too, make your babies pay for it.
Yeah.
You know
same thing, man. Like I've never been like I gotta go like this. Like if it works for me, it works for me. I think it was what's his name? Reese's from Reese's Pythons. One of his while back. He was using heat mats. And like his snakes was fine, but I remember him getting grief about it. And I was like, I remember commenting on it. I was like, man, how y'all getting mad over something that works for this man? Like, if his snakes are good, everybody's eating and stuff. He got perfect stuff. Let it go.
And that's why whenever people ask me for advice and things like that too, I always use the caveat, this is what works for me, you know? Yeah. So like even popping and probing or whatever, everybody's got their techniques for everything, how to keep their stuff. Yeah. But people think a lot of people get caught up into thinking there's a standard for everything. Like that's how this has to be. But when it comes to living things, man, like there's a lot of factors you have to include. You know, first of all, it's what the animal's already used to, whether it's an adult or a hatchling too, and depending on where you live at as well. You know, like I live in high altitude, a dry environment. So the humidity is so low here that fleas can't live here. Mm-hmm. So like I've never used flea spray for a dog or never had a flea collar since I lived out here, just because that's how it works here. So I have to do different things for my humidity for my snakes, because like if I don't use Reptile chip or some kind of cocoa, it'll be dry as shit in there, you know. So I gotta come back and keep spraying that too. And then just doing things like, so remember back in the day when nobody used light diffusers and everybody just put their eggs straight on like either vermiculite or perlite. Yeah. And they always say, well, you have to use 1-to-1 ratio by weight, you know, with like, you know, you squeeze it together and do that. If I use 1-to-1 ratio by weight, that shit's gonna feel like like dry plaster, you know, like I have to do a little bit more just because it's so it's not humid here. Yeah. So and even when you shipping stuff out, so like I found out like if I get a snake from like Florida or Louisiana where it's like under the sea level, whatever. A lot of times, if I get an animal from like somewhere like the coastal Carolinas, they're always problem eaters, man. I have to like give them almost like a month to kind of get accustomed to it, because they'll get here and they'll get like altitude sick.
That's my fault. Now, see, I think now I got the smoke detectors going on. Hold on, real quick.
Yo, why is this a smoke detector podcast? Yo, jeez. Okay, it's not just me today, so
Whew. Trying to make a grilled cheese. I'm glad I caught it. But yeah, man, my bad. But and that's the thing, like here. Like a lot of people, I was wondering at one point, because I was getting cocoa blocks, and like I would see like a lot of fruit flies, like a lot of fruit flies. So I was just like, man, it's my house. Like I always there's never anything like my housing tree was always something, because I got like mild case OCD, so like I always try to keep their housing good. Mm-hmm. Okay, like what the hell like is going on? So I was like, maybe it's like the rats that I was getting from. Like maybe I was like the person I'm getting my rats from had some. So I stopped going to that person. I went to a whole different person, like a whole 25 minutes away from where I was going. Still nothing. I was like, okay. So I started doing my research. I was like, man, let me go like research cocoa blocks. And like some people was like, freeze it and see what you do. Like if that'll help.
That's what I do. Yeah.
then I started freezing it and everything else like that. I was like, yo, like I'm still seeing like little fruit flies every now and then. But I was reading a file back on Google, like it was a breeder around here, and somebody else was having that same problem. So I'm like, maybe it's the vendor that's around here, and they would just explain like how Virginia sometimes like they have a high, like it's a high fruit fly content somewhere in certain areas. And like I was just like, okay, like just reading. And it was like I was actually buy one of them, and I never knew it. So I was like, all right, I know how to go ahead and get that. Like I always go get like the canine advantage, like how people do have sometimes as far as mites and stuff like that.
Yep.
But I used to put it in a deli cup, seal the deli cup, and put holes in the deli cup, and sit it in there with the actual tank in the tank with the snake. They couldn't get to it, so it wasn't doing anything to them. So and it was perfectly fine. Like I had never had mites after that. I had mites probably once. Never had mites. Never seen a fruit fly again.
That's nuts. Yeah. Wiz said better put a hot shot in the snake room. I think that's that little apparatus, whatever like that, that keeps them away.
Yeah.
Too. I know 212 has one too. I saw him post one a while back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just I think what I ended up doing, I think I just started just regulating my humidity and how wet I got the cocoa blocks a little bit too. Yeah. And I think that kind of helped out. So I know with some racks, the humidity is different from the others. I got some open PVC ones in the quarantine room, some closed ones, and those two like drop a lot differently. And then the ones back here, for, like if I wet that substrate, it kind of stays real moist for a long time. So, and this is the time where I get fruitful. Actually, I see a couple in here now, but
yeah.
So, and what I'm trying to come up with, man, what's crazy is what I was thinking about doing is coming up with a rack system where like, so where you would have like each individual row or kind of like whatever you needed for your snake, where if you get like a certain insert, like if you want like a 25%, 50, 100% ventilation, where you can like have like a little piece right in the middle of each row, and you can adjust the ventilation for like each row, you know. So I'm looking at I'm gonna come up with some prototypes for that and kind of try those out, where you could just set each individual one. So like, and then you know sometimes you don't always have the same animal in that rack. So when you put a different one in there, it might be a little bit bigger. So it might be the humidity will be a little bit different, and you can just change the ventilation with that. So I'm gonna mess around with some stuff like that.
When you get the regular ones, put me down for a pre-order.
For real, man.
Like funny though, because you would think like something like that already been done, but people sleep. Like I said, if it ain't broke, people don't look to fix anything.
I'm always looking to improve on stuff, man. Like there's, you know, to me, I know a lot of times people settle in once they, you know, figure out what works for them in their rooms. But I'm always thinking about, you know, how can we improve on this business or on this hobby or whatever, you know. So I think it's just there's no end to it. Just like there's no end to the combination of morphs you can have. Do you remember 10 years ago when it was just like a couple, like you had albinos, pies, I like clown males were still like $900 for babies.
And that's the thing, man. Like it's still, I'm not gonna say I'm a rule breaker. I'm a person I'm gonna do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Like to be honest, like I'm a real do what I want type of person. So like it was a long time ago. I think when I first got breeding, man, and I messed up. Nobody ever told me never post on Facebook because like I went through hell on Facebook. But I posted my spider girl. She's actually here, my centipede, yellow belly, and then I was like gonna put it to like a pinstripe something, but I ended up just putting it to a pinstripe. And it was like I posted a picture of the tails. I was just confirming, like, you know, is this a lot? I was just I'm talking about they went at it. It was, you know what? Yeah, you shouldn't be doing this. There's nothing that you should be doing. You can't tell that's a lot. Stick to what your kind does. Breed pit bulls. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've got that one before.
And like me, like I said, like I try to tone it down, like, because everybody can't take the real you sometimes. Like you gotta, you know, give certain people what they can handle. And like I let it go that day though. I was like, what kind of shit is that? Like the breed of pit bull. Like I lost my mind.
Dude, but dude, Facebook, there's a lot of legit breeders on there, but a lot of times the people who is just on Facebook and refuse to like have an IG page and stuff like that too. A lot of those guys have like money pits for a collection. You know, they got
Yeah,
a whole they got a whole bunch of stuff that nobody wants to fucking buy. You
yeah,
know, like a lot of these people have been around, and I understand the breeding and producer stuff that you like.
yeah,
All right, cool. But if you're trying to make a profit off this, you need to figure if you need one have some stuff that people want, or market yourself. Oh, it just happened. So you went dark for a second. Your phone's probably ringing or something. Hold on. All right, there you go.
back.
Yeah.
All right,
So
yeah, yeah,
So a lot of times, people just have a bunch of snakes that nobody wants to buy, and they don't really know how to like market themselves and push themselves like that too. So a lot of these guys that I saw somebody comment on a group the other day, it was like, yeah, I'm tired of these YouTubers doing this and doing that, whatever, like that too. And that's cool. And I know the person is a real experienced breeder, but I mean, honestly, they're not really making waves out there like that.
yeah.
So
That's the thing. Like, and I said that when I got into this, I was like, you know what? Regardless of how big or how small I stayed while doing this hobby, I'm not going to prevent anybody from not being able to get into the gene. Like, I'm gonna be realistically, like, I still got to make some type of a profit out of it, yeah. But like, I can't see myself putting a snake up for like $3,000, 2,800. Like, to me, honestly, and I'm pretty sure I put it in the group before too. I was like, I'll put a snake up for $1,000, knowing it's more than that, and ask you what you got to trade. Like, about to try to break your pockets, man. There's people's out there with families just that got to take care and do the same thing that I'm doing. Like, I'm not gonna dent your pockets that much because I got something that you don't got. I mean, what you got? I mean, I'm always willing to make some almost like, yeah, you can give me 1,000, even though it's worth $3,000. What you got for a trade? And I'll work it out with you.
Yeah, there's always stuff you can put out there and trade with people and things like that instead of like, especially if you don't have if you don't have that reputation yet to put out those crazy price animals too.
Yeah,
So I mean, like a year ago, there was no way I could produce like a hurricane combo, a hurricane pinstripe clown and put it up for $6,000.
yeah,
Like I don't care how long I've been around, and this is my second time through and stuff like that too. It's just that like when you don't have yourself out there like that, it's just hard for people to trust you. I'm not sending any damn body six around I don't know.
exactly.
Like see, like and then and that's something everybody I want you guys in the comment section to look at too. When you get to the point where you want to start making money off of this, man, like you have to get people out there to know you, because especially with the way economic times are right now, with the COVID and the lockdown and people getting unemployment and shit like that, it's extremely difficult for people to just kind of send money like that.
Yeah.
Like if I sell a snake for $10,000, man, I'm gonna fly you out here so you can hang out for the weekend and look at this damn man.
Dude, that's what I'm like, man. Like, me personally, I can't see myself doing it, man. Like, cause in the back of my head, it's just like, damn, what if the next week, like, not knowingly, this person don't know if they gonna get their check or something and they can't feed somebody or their kids is hungry or something, car trouble. Like, that's the main thing. Like, people don't really plan for is car trouble. Like, a lot of shit can happen with your car quickly, and that shit is like, you don't really have no money in the back burner for stuff like that, man. Like that. $2,000 that you just spent on a snake, that was probably part of your transmission or something like that.
But
man.
I mean, but that's out of our control though, to be honest, and it's just things like that always happen. And the thing is too, like if you don't have a backup plan for stuff like that, like if you got a family, you know what I mean? Things happen all the time,
Yeah.
like you said you have girls, right?
Yeah. No,
so if you had a bunch of sons, you had to prepare yourself for broken arms once a damn month.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I got 2 boys, so that's the thing, man. Like, and it's funny that you said it like that, because that's how it is. Every time they go outside, I'm just like, boy, I'm just waiting on that day to come in, and it's it's that time.
Kids dropping weights on themselves and things like that too. So I mean, that's just the onus of the individual purchaser to kind of have that financial responsibility. Like, because when I put stuff for Morph Market, man, I see people, hey, I see you got this animal for $1,000 or whatever. I'm like, yeah. I was like, well, I wonder if you can do this, because I'm having money problems right now. bro, if you having money problems, you shouldn't be buying a fucking snake. Like, why?
And
Why
that's
you?
real. That is real. Like, it's a difference if you just like you trying to negotiate, but like you do come to me and be like, yeah, this that, and the third. You know, I gotta buy this. Go take care of it. Like I said, I gave up the gene that I was messing with solely, my paint gene. Like I had to get rid of my not only super paint. That's crazy because
Mm-hmm.
I was worried. I was worried. I was like, man, now what? I was like, that's about 4 years now before I get another super. I just so happened to my last clutch for the supers and stuff that I put him to it right before. When I cut them eggs, man, I'm proud. I was like, that worked out perfect. But I ended up still getting that banana super paint mail, but I didn't know that came up out of nowhere. I just happened to be scrolling through Morph Market and seeing that, and I got that from Steve Serpents. Now he was with the paint gym.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited about where the project's going, man. I'm just like, even if I never get one anytime soon, I'm gonna put it's a dope fucking gene, man. So, um,
Like, and that's the thing, man. Like, I just want to like that paint and Raven. I'm messing with the Raven gene now. Like, I'm actually probably after today or tomorrow, I'm gonna put a new put that on YouTube. Like, I'm gonna start a series called The Birds of Prey. The Birds of Prey. So it's gonna be distinctly with the Raven gene. And like I seen, Joel at Freedom Breeder, he was messing with it. Then what's his name? Ben, I think that's his name. I was talking to him about it, and he was working. He was actually the one who actually discovered the Raven and the Super Raven and stuff like that. So I was just like, man, like that's another gene, but like nobody's messing with. Like it got hot for a little bit, but if you don't see anything with it, then don't nobody want to mess with it. And like, don't get me wrong, I love what Justin and Miguel do, especially with this red gene that he just did, and then the Wookiee combos, and then this new Pompey video he just dropped. But it was just
man,
like
that video pissed me off. I was like, I saw the thumbnail like the day before, and I was like, watch. I was like, all the shit I've been talking about on all these lives about how I'm going to improve on the Pompeii, and watch him like. He was like, all right, yeah, we replaced the black pastel with mahogany, and then we got this one where we replaced it with stranger, and then we replaced this one with chocolate. I'm like, you motherfucker. But the cool thing about it is though, I know now that I'm headed in the right direction, and I know what some of the stuff is going to look like,
Yeah.
So, but I always said though, whenever you get to the point where you have those multi-gene clown stuff like that, so if I got a bunch of stuff that's red stripe, hurricane, pinstripe, spot nose, yellow belly clown stuff, eventually sometimes you're gonna have some of those genes get drowned out. So you have like low expressing yellow bellies and things like that.
Yeah.
So if you accidentally start putting those together to increase your odds, sometimes you're gonna make like ivory. So now you got some white snakes and stuff that's washed out.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm replacing yellow belly with the asphalt.
Yeah.
So now if I have red stripe, asphalt, mahogany, spot nose, hurricane cloud stuff, and if I accidentally put two asphalts together because I couldn't really tell by the expression, okay, I got super asphalt clown combos. Okay, I can deal with that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like I'm still looking to get because believe it or not, I was actually about to trade one of my paint females for a mahogany because I do want to get into the mahogany stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have no problem with tree. I have no problem with, like I said, if anybody reach out like this, I need this, that, and the third, I'm cool. I have people like as soon as I posted those two visual girls, they were on. Like I got so many DMs, but I was like, I can't let them go because I don't really have that many visuals like that, and it's hard. Like besides, I know raccoon snakes post them, and then limey will post them, but other than that, man, it's not. You can't find no visuals like that.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
yeah, I stopped posting stuff that I didn't want to move because I got too many people now hitting me up saying, "Yeah, man, how much is it?" And I'm like, "Not for sale." And then they hit me with this, "Everything's for sale." I'm like, "Not everything." They were like, "Yeah, everything is for sale."
Yeah, and that's the thing. And like I think I was talking to Justin about. He had posted a chocolate het clown het paint on Morph Market.
Shit.
And I was like, I think one like 1,500. And like me, normally, if you know me, I tell everybody like I'm that bargain guy. Like, I've always been that bargain guy. Like I go goes like you can say something, but I'm gonna talk to you. But as soon as I was like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm not gonna bargain with Justin. I'm just gonna bump it. I'm gonna just take the L. As
Well,
soon
even though a lot of people say like I don't have anything from Justin, like I talked
yeah,
to him a bunch of times, whatever, like that, he's like he posted my shirt on Instagram and stuff like that
yeah,
too. We talk about negotiating things, but a lot of people say, oh, he's always firm about his prices, but I know plenty of people who say,
he
hey,
was
I see this, would you take that? And worst you can say is no.
no,
You
exactly.
know, so it's not that. I mean, even like stuff, like when I call Billy about stuff, or I'm trying to hit him up about things that I'm like, okay, would you do this? So let me, pay, split it in half, and if he go no, fuck off. Okay, cool. Then but if not, I'm cool with it too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People are scared of the word no. No is so powerful to people, and me, I'm just like, okay. Like my thing is, if I can get you to say or I guess, and I don't get a full no, I got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
As they go. Somebody Jesse showed, is it a dark? Yeah, it's not a Leland. Jesse actually just said it's not a Leland with chocolate. He just said it
What
was
what's not a liquid chocolate?
Raven.
Raven.
Yeah, they've been trying to say Raven and chocolate was a Leland. Jesse just said he just found out that it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Video on it, because that's what I've been struggling going back and forth. Like, is it a Leland or is it not? He said it wasn't. So
Dude, how crazy now? Like every time we turn around, there's some new like allelic.
yeah, that's like I count on it every time Justin posts a video. Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, I'm like, fuck,
it's
dude.
a Leland. It's like, what else is new? That's why I
So
just
and like in most of the genes that is allelic, like when they were one and the other, that means it's all commutative too, right? So
yeah.
if chocolate and spot nose are allelic, that means everything else that was allelic with spot nose is also allelic to chocolate, correct?
Yep.
So now you gotta redo, you gotta look at your breeding schedule, your breeding plans, and figure that out too, because
Yeah.
now you're trying to get these multi-gene combos now that you can't do unless you have it on, what I mean, on both sides.
One side, and that's why I was just like, God, dog. That's why I'm like, when I see stuff like that, I kind of do take a deep breath and I sit back. I'm like, whew, I'm glad I ain't got that problem. Like, I'm glad I stick with my paint jeans so heavy. Like, I just got into hypo, and like a few weeks ago, I got a hypo lace, Karma, the one that I posted, or had Karma. But between it, and the funny thing is though, like before the whole outbreak with the hypo stuff, man, and Xanthic and VPI, I had all that. Like before the hype, I had a BPI spider, breeder shafts, and I got a regular hypo male that I got for free, man. The dude just told me I had to go to North Carolina to go get it.
Yeah.
He was like the borderline. He was like, man, I was supposed to pay him for it. I got there. He was like, man, my kids just aren't interested anymore in it. You can have it. I was just like, oh, damn, all right.
How far are you? Do you know how far you are from Jacksonville, North Carolina?
5 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Because I'm moving back in a couple of years, and I think I'm leaning towards like Jacksonville area, so
Yeah,
that's where I'll be at. So
I'm about to get out of Virginia, man. Believe it or not, I despise it. I despise it. Like,
Virginia has like shitty traffic laws. I know it's illegal. It's still illegal to have radar detectors there, or whatever.
man,
In Virginia.
Man, the people here, and this is the thing, man. We have on our highways, we have 3 lanes. That's it. The speed of motherfuckers can't merge. It is trash. Like, I went to Dallas just for a vacation. They got 7, 8 lanes at 80 miles per hour. I've never seen
Yeah.
that. I was there. I was like, they're going way faster than our speed limits. They have more lanes. Like, the whole week that I'd never seen any accidents. You come down to Virginia, I guarantee you, if you get on the interstate, by the time you get to whatever destination you go to, you're going to see at least 2 accidents.
Are you going to Arlington?
You said what?
You going to Arlington for the Reptile show in April?
Yes, I am. I'm glad we were talking about it, because I just knew it was this month.
They moved it. Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, bro. I was like, because I was talking to Samson and everybody. I was like, yeah, hopefully. I was like, everybody going? Like, who's going? And they were just like, yeah, I ain't going. Samson was like, I'm not going. I was like, damn, who is going? If you wouldn't have said nothing, my ass would have been getting ready to go there now, like sitting outside the center, like, all right, I guess I'm the first one here. I ain't even pay this shit no mind.
Dude, I just looked at tickets from here because I'm gonna fly into San Antonio and hang out with Cornette and Sick with it in Maine, and then we're gonna just drive up there.
Yeah.
It was like 200 bucks round trip or something like that. I'm like, man, let me get these tickets fast, you know.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy mine next week, man. I already
Mm-hmm.
posted and reserved my hotel and stuff. So I was like, man, I'm gonna give me a rental car and stuff. And I'm gonna drive around, man, because I'm gonna party the whole time I'm there too. I'm not just going.
And make sure you get the VIP ticket too, like the $50 one or whatever too, if you
Oh yeah,
can.
yeah,
It makes life a lot easier, you
yeah.
know.
I did for
And
10
then
show.
and then you can walk around and stunt on these brokies with their little basics.
Hey man, but yeah, I don't pick up anything when I get there though. Like I said I'm not, but I said if I do, I don't know, man. Like that's the hard thing. I'm so stuck on this paint stuff, dog. Like I'm so tunnel vision on it. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you guys post stuff and they be like this, I'd be like, it's dope. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not getting it though. I was like, it is just hypo. I was like, I can't do it. Like, and then as soon as I got this, but as soon as I got that hypo lease in my hand, I was just like,
So what's the 5-year plan then with the paint project? What do you want to have in 5 years?
5 years, I'm looking to have a Raven yellow belly clown pie for one recessive. I want to get a super paint, but I want to at least have it with clown and hypo. But I don't know what the other genes. Like, I haven't found out what it really mixed with yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like far as everything else, I seen it with banana. I've seen it with Inchy. The OD that I seen, OD just standard OD super paint. I'm liking, so I'm putting that in the back of my head. Far as like Inchy, definitely Inchy. Inchy adds like a very rustic color. It almost looked like sunset on the sides.
Oh, that's nuts.
So that's why I was just looking at it. So Inchy and OD is definitely in the plans. And I actually have it going to OD this year. Well, next year. I have it going OD next year. So it'll have Raven in it because I got it right now. My Spider Raven went to my OD clown. I mean my OD Fire Girl, Lesser Calico, Red Exanthic Girl, and then I put it something else. No, that was it. I think that was it. Yeah. So
Have you seen it? Have you seen it in albino yet?
albino super paint.
Paint, paint.
Yeah, yeah, I seen it.
Okay.
I seen the albino super paint. Now, have I seen the lavender albino one? No. I feel like it'll be a difference, like the way it looks. Like just looking at it, just like I seen some of the core. I seen a coral glow, and then I seen a banana, and that actually the paint really shows a difference. I can honestly say it shows a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people like go off of, this is coral glow, no, it's banana. That paint gene shows a difference. I didn't see two different, but at the same time, I wish the other girl wasn't, my other visual wasn't in shit. I can show you, like I posted it on my page. One of them is lighter and one of them is darker.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear, I was like, I know I don't have yellow belly in none of this that I know of. I was like, it's nothing yellow belly in it, but it's literally a yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, all right. But
Yeah,
it's
I used to
dope.
have I had a female coral glow clear belly because the coral glow line was like pushed through nerve and stuff too, right? So
Yeah.
like yeah, so it was a coral glow clear belly, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck a clear belly is, but I mean it looked like it had a clear belly,
Yeah.
too. And I had her till she was about 600-700 grams. Didn't have as many spots as like the regular banana stuff too. So there's also little lines. It's essentially the same gene, but there's some other stuff some other genes that play over the years on both sides as well too. So a lot of times if you got a lot of nerd line stuff, you're gonna have like the ball gene in there, the fader gene, and the clear belly stuff and things like that. So I mean, I just think it was like multiple genes involved. But yeah, it's essentially the same thing. But then when you say if you got like a clear belly coral glow, and you put that with the paint, you're gonna have like different difference in pattern and things like that. Because I get a lot of banana stuff that looks like it has like yellow belly flames on the side, and I know I didn't have anything yellow belly in it. So
yeah. I see. I got this. I have another paint, a pestle paint girl that I just got that I posted in the chat one time when I first got her, and like this was the whole the cryptic Krypton thing was going out, and her eye stripe, like this is the only snake I've ever had that had eye stripes literally go connect, almost like it's literally like a small inch of hair connected to. And I'm like, I haven't seen that in a paint. Like, I haven't seen a paint do anything like that, as far as the eye striping in the back. But like, matter of fact, let's see.
Make sure you that what I'm talking about. Cause she's right here. Oh,
But like, she's just supposed to be a regular pastel hat paint, but I can get her hair, her eye stripes.
Mm-hmm. That's a crazy eye strike.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was told, ask, was it supposed to be cryptic or nothing? I don't think it is nothing else like that, but I think it's just like I said, the paint gene just might be doing influence.
I was I was messing with you earlier because I was like, yeah, the only people who say pastel like that are people from Virginia and from England, pastel.
Oh yeah, man. Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, somebody was like, yo, is he from England? That's how Gavin from Boston U says pastel. I was like, no, like that is from England, you dumbass. What the
fuck? I go to stuff like people would get it. It was just like, yeah, you guys definitely have an accent. I was like, I ain't got no damn accent. I was like, what? I never got told I got an accent, but when you get to the shows and stuff like that and actually getting to talk like to everybody else, I'm just like, you know what?
Dude, I can't wait to be in Texas, man. Everybody's like, howdy, partner. You're high desert pythons, honey.
I'm telling you. Stuff like that, man, like it killed me. Like, cause when we went to Tinley and me and Sean, like everybody was just walking around. And like it's funny though, man, how like you meet people that you don't even think you watch, or people watching you and stuff like that. And people like, and like it just be accidents and stuff, yo. And I'm a goofball, man. Anybody knows that I don't do shit but joke 24/7. I promise.
You shit, man.
And that's the thing. See me like if you see me walking, like you got a resting bitch face, like you always serious. I was like, no, dog, like that's just me. Where the whole time I'm going to joke. Like that's all I do is joke. But I think somebody came up to me and Sean, they were just like, yeah, you're BP collector, you're Apply Pressure Reptiles, right? But they had like a real country accent. I was crying in my head, man. I was like, this shit is hilarious. But it's stuff like that with the community though, man. Like I love that, man. Like this, and then I ride motorcycles, man. Besides this and motorcycle, this is the most friendliest community. You assholes, but it's the most friendliest community, man. Like,
I agree.
You'll meet a whole bunch of people here, like the real breeders that really just care about the hobby. You don't see colorism. You don't see, oh, he's a black guy, he's a white guy. Only thing you see is a breeder. That's it. That's all he's gonna say. He's a breeder. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like it used to be bad, like I think it does still exist because I do think that the way you watch people like interact with other people online, like in certain Facebook groups and shit, you can tell that I'm like every time certain people make some kind of post, is always the same people jumping on them too, and it's the same thing too, like with women too, man. I see women getting destroyed in the comments all the time and things like that, and some people, subconsciously do it, and that doesn't make it right. That just means that, people aren't aware of it because there's some people out there that just like hate women, but there's women out there that fucking hate men, and but we gotta, I just think that in order to be successful, like you have to get past that stuff. Like those guys and women that I see kind of just always being one-sided like that, they never end up doing anything, And they end up getting outed, and then they get put in some group, and then they start get screenshot, and people like, yo, what the fuck is up with that guy,
And that's the thing, man. And like in this hobby, you do gotta watch. And I learned that real quickly, dog. Like real quickly. Like you can't trust everybody, man. I ain't gonna throw no names, but you get like it's a lot of people that I'm talking about you would think would be close to you. Like, this, that, and the third. But I ain't gonna put their names up, and it's not Sean. Like if people are just in the comments probably like, was it Sean? No, me and Sean are still cool.
Shout out to Sean. What's good, brother?
Yeah, we cool and stuff, but man, it's just like
I'm speaking to Sean, I'm gonna call him out real quick if he's still in the comments, yo. So I didn't know at first when he got out of the snakes or whatever, like I never saw an announcement or nothing like that, right? So I tried to tag him on the incubator post because I was tagging everybody whose stickers was in there, and his stuff wouldn't come up, and I was like, "What? He fucking blocked me or some shit or whatever." So I had to go like asking everybody. I was like, "Hey, where BP go?" They're like, "Oh, nah, he got rid of his shit and got out." I was like, "When?" He was like, "Oh, like 2 months ago." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So, I thought I mean, I know like a lot of times people, depending on who they are, say like I'm hard to get a hold of and shit like that, or I'll miss like a message and shit. And like in the old Reptile group, people were like, man, oh, I thought you was an asshole when I freaking the first time I started interacting with you because like we do live videos like pop up and you would like fucking turn off your camera. I'm like, no, bitch, like I'm sitting here with my dick out. Like I don't want you to
like that.
I don't wear clothes in my house if I don't have to. I don't want to see video. The last thing you want to see is my naked ass on video. So trust me, you'll be okay. Like you ain't missing nothing. Like
that shit there. I was like, man, like the group and stuff like that, and that'd be the thing though, man. Like Sean, everybody feel like, cause Sean literally, to be honest, Sean's probably like all 10 minutes away from me. Like for real. But I mean, both of us understand that we work, so it's just like so and like he has the book. Like if anybody still wants to know, he has the book bad. He's just waiting for the time to come back. And I'm waiting on him to come back too, because I promise you I'm gonna drop a lot of my shit cause off to him. Like cause like I said, he was a cool dude, man. But to say all that just to get back to like what I was saying though, like we got fucked over. It was somebody who was cool with. And we was just in a group, and like he got fucked over, and like this was somebody we was hanging around with. Like we thought it was cool, like meeting up, going to Buffalo Wild Wings, talking, sharing plans and shit. And I was just like, I had that feeling, and like he did it to me. I was like, all right, and like Sean is Mr. Positive. He's Mr. Positive Vibes, man. So like he tried to get him the benefit of the doubt, and then like it's sad that like even then it came back and burnt him.
You guys ever like so? What I learned is I've been in this situation with a lot of people like early on too, that like we had like disagreements and things like that too.
Yeah.
And like I was pushing one narrative of the story and they were pushing the other. And then to come to realize, no, anytime it's like that, there's always two sides to every story, and then somewhere there's a truth in the middle. And every time I had a personal like beef with somebody when it came to like whether it was in mixed martial arts or I was breeding dogs or with the snakes, a lot of times, man, it was just a minor miscommunication that once we figured that out, you know what I mean? We got it working because somebody in agreement didn't have transparency. And I bring that back to the guy from Dark Cloud. You watch his videos, right? Like the guy who did like the breeder lawn thing with his situation. And like, dude, he got like looking from his point of view, he got burned pretty fucking bad, But I always say like, I applaud him for kind of being the bigger man and kind of, not like going upside, his dude's head about, getting his snakes. But at the same time, bro, at what point do you realize, hey, if you have my shit for this long, enough is enough. Enough, if you're far enough, if you're driving distance and you got my stuff, dude, I'm pulling up to your house.
And see, and it's funny that you said that because that's the same. It's almost like literally almost identical, almost the same situation. Because and like you said, it's his part, that part, and the truth. Me at the end of the day, like the person that we had to beef with, like I already was on like shit's end with him, but it was a snake that I was supposed to get from Sean. And when he was getting out, he was like, look, I want you to take this one for real, for real. I was like, all right, but he was like, such and such, got it. And he hasn't returned it. I'm like, what? I was like, all right. But Sean's like, man, it is what it is. But me in my head, because I like Sean's literally like we met through the my community, but me and Sean got a real tight bond. I'm cool with him and his family, like real tight now. So, but that's
right.
Like
and I was saying so from the other side of that story, I know the other version of that story too, and from that version and you guys' version, it's just like they just clash so much that I can tell that there was a miscommunication somewhere about what was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And with you being in the middle of that, there's something that you're missing from either one of those people's stories that you're not getting the correct answer to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and you have to look at it like that. And it's always hard when you choosing sides because you're closer to one person than the other. When it comes to things like that. So I mean, that's just a lesson that I learned early on that whenever you work with somebody or you're doing deals like that, man, you need to make sure that you have a clear cut and concise. If this happens, this is what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If things don't work out in this situation or something happens to this animal or something happens to me, this is where this animal's going, you know? So, cause like I'm a part of like a lot of different breeder projects. Like I have snakes here from people who wanted to breed to one of my males and stuff too. And like as soon as these eggs hatch, they're all going back to them. And they got I have animals. I probably have maybe 15, 16 breeder females scattered around the country, because we both had the people I was dealing with, we both had a mutual project that we wanted to deal with, but he had the male, I had the female, things like that. And I'm like, okay, just keep me up to date. What goes on, like when she lays eggs, if something happens with the eggs, show me a video, keep me updated on what's going on. Don't just go, oh man, I didn't talk to you in 3 weeks, but your female died 3 weeks ago and I buried her and the eggs are gone too. And I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? You know what I mean? So I've had dogs like that. When I used to breed dogs, I lent somebody a male, and then they're like, oh, he got off in the chain accident and my Rottweiler killed him. And I'm like, okay, show me some pictures. Oh, no, I already buried him.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. Like, it's always, like, when you got stuff like that, man, if anything, had the receipts, man. That's it. Just had the receipts. Receipts, you can't argue with black and white. You can't argue with black and white. You can't argue with letters that much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, that's all I was just like, man, like, all right. Like, but at the end of the day, he said, he's cool with it. Cool. I drop it. Let it keep moving. And, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. That ain't going to stop. I'm doing this is like, it is what it is. But,
shoot, man, we got a lot of people in here, man. Shout out to Illadelph, Balls Exotics. I didn't even know Ball was in here. What's up? Head Hunter, Balls of Paradise, Patrick Williams. What's going on, bro? Elliot's always in here as normal. I saw Wiz in here.
Ectothermic
earlier. Patent Pendant is always in here. 21st Century. No, I just want a big shout out to you guys because you guys are always in here, man, and appreciate you representing, man. BP jumped in. Yeah, a lot of these guys like collections gonna be super like they're gonna have a big impact on the ball python like hobby and industry real soon, and I'm excited to see all of us come up together, man. It's gonna be funny, like watching 5 to 6 years from now. Where I'm like, yeah, man, I remember when people was like, because the paint gene is gonna be one of those, even though it's been out for a while, like it always can pop any minute now, man. Think about the Orange Dream project when Ozzy was pushed out early and people was like, oh, you just got a cute normal, and it did nothing,
Hey, man, like that's why I tell everybody, like, not like I said, man, never knocking Justin and them. They make beautiful stuff, but what are you chasing? Like, what are you going to go for? Because it's easy to lose sight of your dream chasing something else, man. And that's just always been me. Like, I had plenty of times I could have chased the Batman or something like that. I was like,
you ever noticed that the people that always talk shit about people who want to make worlds first are the people who are not making worlds first stuff? I always laugh. I always laugh at that shit because a lot of people like, oh man, I'm tired of people doing world first stuff too. I'm like, yes, I understand that you haven't made the world's first and you haven't made any of that stuff yet, and you have these projects, but I'm excited about the world's first that I'm gonna make, and you goddamn right, I'm gonna show it off,
Exactly. And that's the thing, like, and that's why I kept going. Like, I was so passionate about taking pictures of the visual paint, even though visual paint out there. I mean, who really shows them? Like, that's why I'm like, shoot. And when I can hit this paint clown or this paint yellow belly spot nose clown, shit. I don't give a damn. I don't make nothing else. Because like I said, my end game is to make something dope in the clown and paint process. Once I make that, I'll probably do that in clown and pod. My clown's gonna have hypo in it with the paint gene. My pod is just gonna be something regular pod and paint. And that's gonna be my man. That's gonna be like when I finally be like, you know what? I did everything. Like, I'm gonna shoot this Raven gene. I'm probably gonna set it out for like this year, this season, probably in the next season after that. I'm gonna let it go, man. Like, at that point, I'm gonna feel like I did what I came to do. That was my main thing. I want to make something dope with the paint gene. Once I make it, hey, I'm gonna
lighten around real quick. All right, what substrate you use?
Cocoa block. Straight
Cocoa blocks.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you went with that over Reptichip, or is just what was in the area?
Just happened to be what's in the area. It actually works a little. I had got Reptichip one time. I think Sean had ordered some, and I used some of his before. I kind of like the Cocoa block a little bit better, just a little bit.
Like the fact you like bigger, chunkier pieces, or what?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's actually for me. I had a problem with like my hatchlings eating on it because most of the time, like if I put the smaller pieces when I my first time feeding and stuff like that, they're accidentally get a little bit of substrate in their mouth.
Uh-huh.
So I had to pull that out. So I just found like Cocoa Block, it just works a little bit better for me.
So when you do upgrade to your racks, you gonna go ARS or Freedom Breeder?
That's been the thing. That's been the
I
thing.
knew I was gonna get your ass on that.
Damn. I don't know. I want to say I'll probably do ARS probably because I want to say they're close. Freedom Breeder is in Cali, correct? If I'm not. Yes, ARS is here, so it's just like maybe. But now if I go to a show, if I drive to a show and it's right there, and they're just like, yeah, we got an extra.
So you're gonna get one of those ARS hybrid racks that come in 10,000 pieces, and then you're gonna fucking sit there and try to film a video of you put it together, and then you spend 16 hours making your fucking video because you want to.
That's the main thing. I just been looking. I'm like, damn, boy, Freedom Breeder, they just put it on top.
With that.
But yeah, I may do. I'm talk shit now, but more than likely, it's probably gonna be Freedom Breeder. Like, I think the only thing that scared me with Freedom Breeder now is the turnaround time because of the COVID stuff. To be honest.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell this rack this year, man, because it was a rack that a guy in Orange County made. It's ARS tubs, but it's like a powder coated steel rack or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got the magnetic things on it, and it has like heat and everything like that. But honestly, dude, I think I'm gonna just go over to this PVC racks, and I'm gonna just use like the 1040 tubs from Freedom Breeders. Yeah, I feel like the ones I have now, they just they hold humidity a lot better, and they do what I need them to do. Like look at like Breeder Circle. They use PVC racks. All their racks are PVC racks, and there's nothing too crazy. And I mean, if you put casters on them, they'll be fine. So I like how easy it is to clean them off, and they just work for my area where I live at. So
the other thing would be, like I said, I got all mine are like they're just regular Sterilite tubs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have never had a problem with humidity, like ever. Like, and I got a good perfect warm spot. I got a good cold spot. And like I said, I've been doing this now. This is going on my 3rd year so far. I mean, granted, that's still early.
Yeah, Headhunter said 20 weeks out for Freedom Breeder. Yeah, because I remember a couple of weeks ago before Jesse was out with COVID, he was saying now it's like first it was a 12 to 14 week lead time, then the 14 to 16, then the 16 plus, and then he was like it's a 20 to 24 week lead time. So if you want to rack now, you got to wait 6 months. Yeah. Where I got a local guy here. His turnaround time is 2 weeks.
See.
And he can pretty much design any kind of way you want. So shout out to my boy John Stevens from Bougie Racks and Rodents or whatever. So yeah, but comparing, like I have Freedom Breeder racks and ARS, and they're both good, man. They just like if I put a Venn diagram together and show what I like and what I don't like, there'll be just a little spot in the middle where like, okay, the Freedom Breeder racks, the fact that they're stainless steel, I can't put like a magnetic thing on them is my biggest gripe with those, And Freedom Breeder ARS racks, they sit different where the tubs are. So sometimes when you start to use one and you get used to the other one, it kind of weirds you out some.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, they're all good, man, and it just depends on what you like, So for your incubator substrate, what do you use?
Just regular vermiculite. And I'm using still the light diffusers, man. I'm still I got a big ass piece of light diffuser that I'm still gonna fucking use.
Yep, I got a big ass sheet of it. And if I run out this year with enough clutches, then I'll buy those fucking easy hatch trays.
I got 2 of them, man. Like shit, it's cool, I like it, but trying to pull that shit out, like damn that. Like I just read the light diffuser.
Yeah, it's a lot easier with the easy hatch because you don't have to sit there and get a whole sheet and like cut it out and like wear gloves and not bust your eye out with the shit. Yeah, but I mean, like I told everybody, when I get to the point where I'm using all of my sheets for my diffusers,
exactly,
I'll buy somebody's freaking easy hatch.
Yeah, that's what I said. Whatever. And I'm like, But then on top of that, like I said, I'm still I sold my incubator because at one point, man, like I freeze down to the point I was about to get out of it. Like everybody has one of them spells, and he was just like, yeah, screw this. And then like I had a cooler, the big cooler incubator. I sold that shit for like $60. I'm back kicking my ass right now because now
What do you have now?
I did just a regular cooler, like a regular
Okay.
home cooler, the little makeshift one, just for like something simple because I had like 2 clutches that I wasn't ready for.
Okay.
But now it's just like I got like 6 females that's probably gonna hopefully go this year, and I'm damn sure I'm not gonna be able to put them in no cooler. So I was like, hey, well, time to be on the market again. I'm gonna get some. Definitely gonna get.
So I have my Pepsi little see-through one, and then I have a backup refrigerator that's wired when I do when I overflow.
Yeah.
But if I get to the point where I need another one, I'm just going to end up probably eventually just buying one of the hot box incubators from Sea Serpents or whatever.
And that's what I was going back and forth in my mind about is the Sea Serpents. I think Billy using them at Mutation Creation. I think I've seen the way I like.
Now, he used a different brand from up in Canada. But I mean, those two, the ones up in Canada and then the Sea Serpent hot box ones are probably like the leading commercial ones for like US and Canada too.
Got you.
So yeah, it's good. I just came from Redwood's place. He has this Sea Serpents one. I know Miguel does, and then he had to get like an overflow one, so he has the Canada one too. So
yeah,
man, he using the Cornet. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's the Cornets. One,
okay.
Whatever. Yeah, so man, but shit. So, what do you have a cap where you want to get to? Where okay, this is enough snakes, or it's just like you're gonna hold back a bunch of stuff, and whatever number you have, or. Let's talk about as far as breeder females go because that's what we really care about. So, how many breeder females you plan on having?
Breeder females, total, I'm gonna say I'm trying to keep around 20.
Okay.
20, but that may go. I may actually go down to 15 though, because I mean, all of my girls are like 3,000 grams. So like, you say you keeping 20 females, and then let's just say you have that good year, and everything hatches out about 8-9 eggs a piece. And then, like I said, I'm a paint hoarder, so shit, I'm doing that shit like, damn.
What percentage of holdbacks you think you're gonna do this season, as far as like your clutches?
Probably all of like I say about 80%. About 80%. Well, paint wise, 80%. The Raven gene, probably like I say about 50% probably. So,
but you're gonna have some paint male overflow probably with some like single gene. You don't need all the single gene.
Hell no.
Stuff,
and that's
so you know. So I be in them DMs trying to get one.
Like I said, man, and when it comes down to that, I won't even know. Like I'll probably put a little price up there to it. If not, maybe an offer or something, make a trade or something. Like I said, is that simple for me for real, honestly. I ain't looking to get rich off this stuff, man. Like end of the day, shoot, I'm about to go to the police academy and stuff like that. So I'm just like, yeah. So that's where my income is going to be coming from for real. Right now, I'm doing security for the city.
Oh, nice.
Also, I was like, man, I'm not really trying to get rich off. Like, hey, does it sound good? Yes, everybody would love to do it, but naturally, man, for real, like, if you didn't come in this hobby, like, feet running, like, or at least, to me, I think you ain't buy at least 3 to 4 recessives and like 5 codoms, that 5 to 6 codoms that at least have the head with the receptors that you're going off of, you're gonna be playing catch up.
Cool. Heck yeah, man. So I mean, I like the way your project's going, and that's why I was excited to have you on here to talk about this project, man, because like this is my 60/30 video, and no one's even brought up that gene, I don't think. In 63
in 63, I know people are telling me, like, I get in everybody's live, man, and they'll start talking. I throw it out there. Yeah, paint this, or you should do paint. Like, I'm quick to say, I haven't put out Raven yet, but I say paint. And they be like, what is this paint thing? Like, I'm just like, I can't.
It takes one dope ass combo, one cool video, one person to share it to make it pop, man, and then it's off to the races. So
I'm telling you, like, I don't think nobody paid no mind. Justin posted it one time. I think the one that he posted it, he posted it one time, and a few people was like, I haven't heard of it. And he just made it like little hint. Like, if you look at it though, and I told him on his video, the G2, I forgot what show they went to, but it was the G2. If you look at it, it looks paint. It looks real paint. And I told him that. I was like, is that paint? He was like, no, it resembles it, but it's not paint. I was okay. But I mean, like I said, everybody's gonna chase what they want to chase, man. Me, I got it like that. Man, I guess possible.
I'm telling you, stay the course, man, because like that's how that's how all these big, some of these, that's how these jeans all become the big jean. You know what I mean? Like it just takes one cool combo and honestly too, not just cool combo and the right marketing too. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff out there that's like one jean with like clown or pie that a lot of people jumped on and made this shit seem like it was the best thing ever. And they jacked the prices on it just because it was some real good marketing behind it too. Yeah. So you got to think about it from that standpoint too, how you want to market it and how you want to push it out to the masses and get into other people's hands too, So like if other people, had the same gene and they're putting it to all the base stuff, and then you got it with some simple recessive stuff, stuff you can show about it too. And that it's a gene that that the females grow up to as adults and that they make babies, and there's a super version too, because with a lot of these genes right now that people putting all this money into, there's still a lack of transparency in all those genes. So just make sure with the project you're completely transparent about it, so that way people aren't apprehensive about like pushing it and putting money into it.
Yeah. And I had a few people ask me that was like, like asking me about a few people like, oh well, they say they got this and it's a paint, and can you tell me? And I'm just like, I don't want to say yeah and I don't want to say no, because some fact is, like I said, it's a variation to it. All I is ask them, do they see it? Do they have a super in their collection? Because a lot of people are selling hex and they haven't even put out a video.
Yeah. So, and that's that goofy ass shit, man. The lone wolf, that's a good question, because I was about to ask that too. So, what Sentinel gene? What's that? Is that the same as paint, or is that something different?
It's the same thing.
Okay, so Sentinel and Super Sentinel or whatever.
And that was the thing that that was the argument, like that paint was co-dominant and Sentinel was recessive. That was the main argument. However, it's the same. Like it's literally the same thing. Like if you go look at it, it's just gonna be different variations. Like, and the thing that's gonna make it hard and it's gonna make it an argument even more is because the paint has a different variation.
It's the same. Are they the same price point when they're on market, or are they similar to the same price point?
Actually, for the most part, yeah. I seen Destiny's Reptiles, if I want to not mistaken, had a banana Sentinel up there, and I want to say that thing was $2,000, like L. So I'm just like, nah, it's the same. Like I said, I ain't gonna say what I paid for my paint, boy, but I ain't paid $2,000. $2,000. But I mean, like I said, it's all about, like I said, you can get an import. And it can be something that nobody's ever had. You can make something dope with the import, and then if anybody never made it, it's your price tag.
Yep.
Like you can put what you want on the bed. At the same time, think about it. You can put $6,000 on something that ain't nobody ever gonna be sitting there for 6 years.
Heck yeah, sure.
So, I mean, hey, but
so listen up, guys. The paint game is going to be the new. The paint game is going to be the new Bitcoin. It's going to be the new Bitcoin. So invest in it early. You know what I mean? So that's how you got to treat it, though, man.
Yeah, seriously, man. And that's, like I said, that's what something that you see in it that you could use it. Go get it, man. Go get it, because I'm telling you, it's rather than try to get into it now from somebody that you know before Justin or somebody post something serious, though. And then,
dude, I'm gonna start doing that shit. I'm gonna start doing that shit that Elon Musk does. I'm just randomly post jeans and be like, this gene, get on it. And then if I can, I want to get to the point where I can push the narrative that way and have people invested in these jeans. Your thoughts on Monsoon, Kodama or recessive? Man, I seen a bunch of like het monsoons that worked, that proved out that I didn't see any crazy markers and shit like that too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say it's recessive, you know what I mean? And just it makes things a lot simpler.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, everybody got the price up on anything, man. Heck, I remember when the Pompeii came out and he released those jeans, that black pastel went from a black pastel used to be like $100. As soon as he said it was in the Pompeii, it just went like $300. I said, what the hell?
I told you what I did, right? When it came out. So I got a black pastel female I had for free, right? because I had somebody's collection for a while that I was moving between houses, so they just gave it to her. She's produced for me before, and I gave her like 2 seasons off. And when that dropped, so when that dropped, I was like, man, is what cool? So I put a single gene clown in there with her. They tied up the same night, and then I snapped the picture of that bad boy of just them tied up, and people like, how much for her? I was like, man, I don't know. Give me an offer. Somebody was like $800, and I was like, bye, bitch.
No. Oh, god damn it! Like
$800.
800 for that shit. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like I keep telling everybody, they be like, well, why are you so stressed? Because there's so much Justin posted. Like right now, even visuals are going. I didn't see them go for up to 800 with just regular visual paints. So imagine if Justin or somebody post this dope paint clown with red stripe and spot nose. That shit just hit $2,500.
Yep.
Like so that's I'm glad I'm good.
So you have anything else coming up as far as like videos you posted or lives you want to be on, anything like that you want to plug before we get out of here?
I'm gonna be posting like I said, I'm gonna start the series for the Raven Gene. It's probably gonna be going on tomorrow night sometime. It's gonna be called the Birds of Prey series. So
okay,
I'm gonna show off the Raven that I got, and then I'm gonna go ahead and like as the season go on, my name's coming up from. Like I said, I talked to the breeder that really came up with the Super Raven, but I'm waiting on the list because he said he had some, a long list of stuff he already did, but so I'm just gonna give it a cool nickname. It can be made before. I'll probably just give it a cool nickname. That's cool,
man. So yeah, make sure you guys find this man on YouTube.
You have fun with this stuff, man. You'll make it. So.
We gotta get you to 1,000 subscribers, man, real quick. So we're gonna jump on that train. I'm gonna post all your information in the description down below, as well as the Instagram. So make sure you got them on. Make sure you got them on IG and YouTube and stuff too, man. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. It was a while before like getting caught up on all my shit and watching your videos early on before I started my channel. I was like, yo, where's fucking hair go? This is bullshit. Where'd the hair go? I like to chop the damn hair off and everything, man. Why'd you chop the hair off? Can you hear me? You messing up. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you now.
I had to let it go. Abs and energy. So I felt like it was a lot of negative. Huh?
Oh, you just trying
to. I said I'm looked up bad energy. Yeah, just had to let it go, man. Plus, on top of that, I was getting old, man. I'm almost 30. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't understand. They think I'm older than what I am. I'm only 27. Like I'm really only 27. I was just like, but I got gray hairs and shit. I got kids, man. I got kids and shit. So I was like, and I went through the marriage life at one point. So I was like, ah, shit. I was like, shit. I'm looking almost like I'm like 60 already. I'm like, man, fuck it. Oh man, let it go. I remember you're not the only one. GP said the same thing. Like I posted a video. I didn't even tell anybody I was cutting my hair. I just posted a video. And I was talking about the snakes and shit. And then he commented, he was like, fuck your hair going. I was like, I had to let it go, man.
For real. So, but shit, man, dude, I appreciate you being on, man. This was fucking fun, bro. We did an hour and a half, and it felt like it flew by. But my tamale lady is coming, so my food's about to get here. But shit, so make sure you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel. Make sure you follow him on his Instagram too, man. And also look out for me. The next Snakes and a Fat Man podcast is coming out. I'm doing the 15 minutes of lame, so I'm gonna crush that shit. And make sure at the end of the year, you guys vote for me to get me on for the full episode and shit. So, like always, man, like, share, subscribe, slap the fuck out of that notification bell so you know every time a new video pops up. Appreciate you, big dog. Till next time, everybody. Deuces.